Thoughts along the roads. 03. Observing the sacredness of daily life. Carlos Cardoso Avellino. Learn to be silent and start talking through actions and by example. According to Sun Tzu, the battle must be won before it starts. You can best identify and correct your mistakes by persevering in the pursuit of a noble goal. Listen to the wordless voice of the noblest, innermost aspects of your own heart and willingly pay the price for following your conscience. In your search for wisdom, learn to see each defeat as useful raw material in the preparation of a lasting victory. Better late than never, perhaps. Yes, it is even better to act in the right time and avoid foreseeable mistakes. One's spiritual soul is the source of unconditional contentment and confidence in life. True enthusiasm flows from the higher self. Waste of time produces hurry, just as hurry produces waste of time. Discernment and right choices save time and energy and produce peace. Decisive moments in history and life rarely announce themselves as such. It is up to one's heart and discernment to identify them and to act accordingly. A constant re-examination of that which we take for granted, of our priorities and our methods of action. This is a price to pay for preserving a clearly defined central focus in our lives. The Aquarian age is the age of conscious universal interaction. The illusion of separativeness is by now widely defeated. Ethics will provide right relationships and correct ways to interact which lead to universal brotherhood. Hidden behind each second of everyday chronicle time, endless duration and eternal time, look at us. As they observe us, they may have more than one reason to smile. As we look at them, we find peace. We cannot see them, but we can suspect their secret unfathomable presence deep within our minds and souls, and this is enough. Many want to obtain knowledge, but not everyone accepts renouncing ignorance. For wisdom to emerge, a detachment is necessary regarding outer forms and a constant search for that which is essential and eternal. Wisdom is not necessarily anthropomorphic. Migratory birds, for example, can teach us by their long-distance flights that clearly established goals and a detachment from immediate circumstances pave the way to lasting success. Discernment brings about efficiency. It is not enough to be a pioneer and to act from a correct vision of the healthy future now waiting for our humanity. It is also necessary to develop a wide set of actions which unfold step by step, multidimensionally, creating irreversible facts and in no hurry. Discovering truth means uncovering falsehood, and the other way around. By understanding the special workings of self-delusion in his life, the student of philosophy will liberate much of his strength and energy and rededicate them to worthwhile goals and effective actions. Anxiety, the disease of present times, condemns its victims to superficiality. The feeling of intensity which anxiety provides is fake. Peace of mind grants a deep and lasting, not a shallow intensity of life. Philosophy can be defined as the science of dynamic peace and universal law. A short-term view of life invites people to make wrong decisions and provokes significant waste of time. Calmness allows us to make firm, long-term decisions and increases the efficiency of everyday actions. When the great questions regarding the life of a philosophical student are settled, smaller issues seem to take care of themselves little by little. The decisive points refer to his immortal soul. They include his relation with the law of the universe and with the universal will of life. Right action is performed while one is guided by one's own heart to contain mistakes, but the presence of the heart and of conscience allows one to learn better, to improve his actions, and to make real progress along the path. One must expect more from oneself than from others. However, being frank towards other people is necessary if we want to be honest with ourselves. Sincerity is one of the best gifts one may offer to people with whom we may live or work, even if this gift is at times uncomfortable. Each human being is a bridge. He must learn to become a strong line of individual life, vertically connecting the eternal and celestial consciousness to every outer physical and earthly perception. While this may be a goal for a few lifetimes, each small step ahead in one's daily life has a decisive importance. To be impersonal does not consist in hiding one's own name as a way to attain sainthood. Such a practice often leads to subtle denial of self-responsibility. To be impersonal means to transcend all personal names in one's heart while being able to use them in the outward world and responding for what we do. You cannot know when it is that victory along the path to wisdom will come to you, or at what which it will do so. You can decide that you will work hard in preparing it. Such a decision must be made again and again, and on a daily basis across your lifetime. Each small step ahead contains an aspect of the whole victory. The will to act correctly and with justice is one of the most precious goods one may ever have, and no amount of money can possibly buy it. In fact, it is by desiring money that many people lose the treasure in heaven, the decision to act with justice. In exchange for 30 points, modern Judases betray the Christ of inner master who is in their own conscience. As a concept, the calling to victory is still a little known in the theosophical movement. A true victory defeats no one. It transmutes the whole life into a better condition. A calling to victory is the inner harmony with that which transcends suffering. It is an active, creative attitude regarding the future we deem desirable. It results from the ability to listen to our spiritual soul, whose substance is bliss. The above fragments were first published anonymously in the September 2014 edition of the Aquarian Philosophist. Most of them were under the title 27 Thoughts Along the Road.